Hi everyone, welcome to the very last video for this page. I'm going to do the flower and the butterfly. I know I was going to do the butterfly in yesterday's and I ran out of camera card, so we're going to have a go at that today with the flower. Now the flower I'm going to be doing in pale pink. It's going to be our light pink picture. Now in the Arteza set which we're using, we have these two. It's a pink macaron and a peony pink. This one is a little bit peachy, I think, but we're going to go with it anyway and see how it all works out. So I'm going to start as always with the pencil itself. Let's just push the book up and zoom in as far as I can for you. Oh, excuse me, there we go. I just had a hiccup then. I'm drinking a cup of tea. And I'm going to start with a nice dark edge on the pencil like we always do. So lots of layers up and down, nice and simple. And then bring in a little less colour. Gosh, I'm really hot now, I've just had a cup of tea. It wasn't even that hot a cup of tea. I think it's a warm day today. So it's a bit hard to tell when you're in the house. And I've just been lifting and shifting a load of books. So that's going to make you hot, isn't it? So there, so just trying to get some colour into that corner and bring that in. So I hope everyone's well today. It's another sunny day here in the UK. Well, in my part of the UK anyway. I know it doesn't, my weather isn't reflective of the whole country. I'm going to carry on with that peony pink and just, whoops, just put a little bit further in. Yeah, because I'm sort of fairly central-ish, south, I guess, south of central England. Pink macaron. Let's see what it looks like. Central England, but central UK, central England, but south of the UK. That's right. So we get pretty warm weather. Sometimes the colder weather comes up from the south, but normally down from the north, so we get a little bit warmer. But it's British people apparently always talk about the weather. I don't know I think it's an old-fashioned polite thing. And if you're talking about the weather, you're avoiding talking about politics, religion, or any of those sorts of controversial issues which can cause arguments, obviously. So there's our pencil. I'm just undoing my cardigan. I'm going to expire now. I'm going to take it off. Very warm. There we go. That's better. Now we have our flower to do. I'm going to pull the book down a little bit into shot and across and zoom in a little. I'm not going to be able to get much more than that. Okay. So I have lots of big petals. So we're going to again start with the peony pink to do a darker part on the centre. I think what we'll do on these petals, we'll do them slightly differently. So we'll do a dark centre on all of them and then fade that slightly towards the dark base. Sorry, it's not the centre of the petal, it's the centre of the flower. And then fade it slightly towards the middle. I'm just going to go all round doing that to start with. Yeah, my sons were at college all day today. One of them has got a free this morning, but he decides it's worth going in. He can't be bothered to get the lunchtime bus in. He'll just go in all day. Might as well go and study in the library. So he's a good boy. And the other one's got lessons all day. His teacher is off for one of his lessons, so he's just got to have some work set. So he thinks that'll be easy because he can get on quite quickly and he might be able to have a chilled break after. Okay, what I'm also going to do is do dark ends of the petals as well, tips. So rounded, so you sort of go around and then fade that down a bit, like that. I just think it's just a little different way to do a flower, really. Bit of a different way to show you. Now I know some of you have been colouring along with this, and thank you. It's really nice when I see your pictures and you've been having a go. Whether you've been doing it exactly as I have or putting your own touch into it. So I like seeing both, you know. I hope that following me builds your confidence so that you can do a few things yourself. Or maybe if you think, oh, I actually don't like what she's done there, I don't like that colour, it's not my favourite colour, or something like that. I really wanted to do that blue and she's done it red. Just do your own thing as well. It makes it more fun for you, I think. So that's always good. I know that Johanna Basford, when she does her sort of colour along videos, she colour and chats, and she tends to not like to tell you what colour she's using. She wants people to sort of make up their own mind, and I can see that point of view, but I know that some people need a little bit of help. They're not so confident, which is why I tell you what I'm using partly. Also, sometimes if you see a really nice colour combination, pink macaron, you want to copy it, don't you? You want to have a go. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to draw this pink up towards the centre of the petal. Now, as I said when I started, this is a slightly more peachy colour, but I think it'll work. We'll see. We'll have a go, see what it looks like. You should be able to blend them together quite well. These are quite nicely blendy pencils. Blendy, it's a good word, isn't it? So I've just made a video for you, which, trying to think when it will come out. I think it might come out the same day as this one. Maybe even already come out. But anyway, where I show you all my colouring books. I did one showing all my pencils recently, and people asked to see all my books, so I thought I would do one as well. It was quite interesting. I had more books than I thought, and I can't imagine that anyone else wouldn't be in that situation too, that when you actually count them, you have more. I guess that I might have had about 40 books, and I counted them quite roughly after, and I think I've got about 55. So yeah, it's nice though. But I have finished, I think, about 18 of them, which is nice, and some of them are sort of heading towards being finished, so that's nice. I like finishing books. I don't know, it just gives me a feeling of great satisfaction. I'm sure any of you that have finished books would agree. So that's nice. It's almost the same feeling. I've written quite a few books as well. It's the sort of same feeling that you get then too. Although when you've written a book, when you finished it, you've got to then proofread it. Ugh. Didn't have to do that with a colouring book. Hurrah. Now I'm trying to think of the centre of this. What should we do in the middle? I'm going to fiddle around a bit more. Sorry, I'm just having to wipe my nose. I'm sorry, sniffing is revolting. There we go. I think we use this darker pink, the Peony Pink, and would go, I'll show you, go around the edge with lots of layers. I'm over colouring over and over to get it really dark, so it looks darker than any other colouring. And then the next layer a little bit lighter, and then quite light in the middle. So hopefully it looks slightly shaped. Okay, and now we just have this stem. We don't have any leaves on this one. That's okay, because we've got to do our butterfly, haven't we? So what should we do for the stem? I'm thinking a sort of bluey green would probably work. You don't necessarily want to go too dark. I think I'm going to try the Absinthe Green and see how that looks. It might be a bit too pale. Oops, I've got a hair. There we go. So we'll try it. It might not quite work. We'll see. So I'm trying to do a little bit darker around the edge of that little bit, but once I do the stem, I'm probably going to keep it quite even because this colour is quite pale. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a sort of differentiation between shades, even if I put it on more intensely. That's the problem with the pastel colours. I think I'm going to add in another colour. I think it needs a little more. I don't want to go too dark. I'm going to try the mint green. It's sort of a mid green. I'm just going to give it a sharpen. There we go. And I'm going to do, hang on. Ah, I dropped it. Sorry. Gonna do, and I hope I don't make you jump when I shout. There we go. Try not to. Shocked myself. There. A little bit on the edge. I'm looking at the page opposite, which is the it's a flower wreath. I really like to have a go at that. I've done it already. I am so sorry everyone, my camera battery went flat and it doesn't normally go flat. I've got some new cables that I used for it and it's normally fine, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But anyway, I finished the flower picture using the absinthe and mint green, but we still got our little butterfly to do. So I thought I would pop back and we'll just finish him off. I can't zoom in any more than that, so he's a bit far away, but I'm sure we can get there. Now with butterflies, I tend to like to outline the edge of them in black and then some colour on the wings. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm not actually going to use black, but you'll see. I'm going to actually start with the body. I'm trying to find my sharpener because I tidied it all away when my battery went flat. It takes a good few hours to charge. I'm going to use the Pewter Gray for the body, and I'm just going to try and make it a little darker on the edges than the centre, but it may not quite work. We'll see. Anyway, I didn't want to. Gosh, I've completely lost track of what I was saying. I didn't want to make it black, just because we've got all these lovely bright colours. But I wanted to use a different colour to the ones we've used on the pencils, so my option was brown. So I'm going to do a brown butterfly and use some dark brown on it and some lighter brown. I thought I would use this Sienna Brown. It's a really nice orangey brown. I just need to grab a book. Bear with me. I need something to lean on under here. Oh! Need to do a little shout out as well. A friend of mine who I often do colour alongs with, she's just started her own YouTube channel, which is really exciting, and she's been doing some well, I'm just watching her first video actually, to be honest, and it's a sort of colour and chat of a buddy colour page that we've actually are doing together, which is fun. And so check her out. She's called Michelle's Box of Hues. What I'll do is I'll put a little link somewhere in the description, or maybe at the top. I probably won't remember to do that. Probably in the description to it, so you can see her. And actually I will put her on my homepage too. So I'm trying to make more colour, more intense colour down here near the body and less towards this edge of the wing. I'm going to go around these little circles. I want them to be a bit darker, and if I go over them with this colour they might turn out too light. Yeah, I was just about to start recording and my neighbour started using his power tools again, really noisily like he did in the video the other day. And I was, oh! So I just hung on. He was really quick, so that was good. He may get back to it, but that was fine. I mean, people say to me, oh, you should tell him not to when you're recording. I'm like, he's got a job and a life as well. He's working on doing some work. Espresso Brown I'm going to use on a neighbour's house, so he needs to get on with his work. And our walls are thin. We just have to be good neighbours, which is why I'm trying to get a recording office set up on the other side of the house. Well, it makes it sound huge. It's not that far away, so it's a little bit quieter, away from the family as well. But I was just doing some tidying and sorting because my battery went flat. I had time, and unfortunately I don't think my plan is quite going to work, but we shall see. We shall see. I just don't think the space, I was going to move some stuff into a space and then make room, if that makes sense, and I just don't think the space that that is big enough, but I can't find my tape measure, so I was sort of guessing or using a 12-inch ruler and trying to add it up, try and guess the size that I need, and that's not easy. But anyway, I did have a good sort out and sorted out a lot of rubbish and recycling, which is nice. It needs to be done still, and stuff for the charity shop, but at least I made some progress, even though it wasn't quite as productive as I had hoped. So I did all that in a dark pressure, a hard pressure, or lots of layers. I try not to press really hard. So there we go. I shall zoom out, so we want to see the whole picture, see how it all looks. Let's just move the book into a more central position. My camera seems at a strange angle. It's very weird, but there we go. I just hold that down and then it looks a little squarer, I think. It's a bit tricky, but there we go. And the light's shining a bit on it. Now then it makes a shadow. Can't quite get that right. There's another reason for moving, is I'll get some natural light and I'll be able to change, because my tripod is shading the book. I can sort of change things around a little bit. It's just not quite going to work, I don't think, but we'll see. Trying gently to move things around. My husband finds it traumatic, moving things, throwing things away, tidying things. He finds it really hard, so it's just one step at a time to gently work through it all. But anyway, that's that done. I'm actually decided I'm going to colour this picture as well. I've been looking at it, and I've done it, as I said, I've done it for you before in lots of parts for the planner page, so I'm not going to do it as a tutorial. I'm just going to do it for me and have some fun with it, because it's just a really nice picture, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day and happy colouring.